Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are diving into how to manage Amazon S3 buckets using UiPath. We will cover operations like creating and deleting buckets, uploading and downloading objects, and even moving objects between buckets. If you are interested in automating cloud storage tasks, this is the tutorial for you. Let's get started. Okay, first thing first, I'm going to go to my Chrome and search AWS. You need to go to this URL aws.amazon.com. So I have already created account on this. I have created a AWS free tier account. You will just need some basic information and your debit or credit card information that you need to fill. They will deduct 2 rupees, but that is also I think refundable after you close the account. In the free tier, it will cover around EC2 750 hours, 5 GB of storage, and database everywhere. A lot it will cover in the free tier. You can check it on your own. So I will log in into my account. Uh, to go to your S3 storage, you need to search over here S3. Then you need to click it over here. Okay, to create a bucket, you need to click on the button called create a bucket. So my region is already selected over here, Virginia. What kind of bucket that you want, general or directory, general purpose. In the bucket naming, everything should be in a small cap. So that is one of the rules that you have to follow. We'll create my UiPath bucket easy. Okay, this ownership is still disable. I want to make this bucket as a public bucket, so I will remove this. Click on this so that objects in a bucket are accessible everywhere for me. Okay, encryption, nothing, and you can click on create bucket. Okay, awesome. So my bucket is already created. You can see it over here. If I click on it, I can upload something in my bucket by clicking on upload button. By using add file or add folders, I can upload my files in my bucket. Now let's see some basic lingo. So bucket is something like a large storage box where you can keep all your files like document, photos, and videos. What are objects? Objects is basically object is a file that you store in your bucket. So anything that you store in your bucket is called an object. So for each, the services that you have provide, you can set up a policy for that particular service. The policy is like a set of rules for a particular user. So policy is that. Okay. So to use this, how to use this bucket into UiPath? I will show you that. Let's go to UiPath. Okay. You will require this package UiPath Amazon Web Services package you will be requiring. So go to manage package and you need to download this package Amazon Web Services package you need to download. Okay, so I already downloaded the Amazon Web Services package. I'll show you the activities. Okay, so all the activities related to AWS are covered in this. EC2, storage volume, IAM. So today we will be looking into activities for storage buckets. Okay, to access any of this activity, you will be requiring Amazon Web Service scope. Okay, so what all parameters that we will require? We will be requiring an access key, a secret, and you need to select a region. Okay, so we will be requiring an access key and secret for to access any of our activities. So let's go to AWS. Okay, okay. You need to go to in the right side corner, security credentials. If you scroll it down, you can create an access key over here. So I have already created mine, but I will just create one more. Okay, so I'm creating this under a root user, so that is a big no-no. You need to create I am user and then under that user you need to create. But I will be creating under root user only. Create access key. Okay, so my access key is created and my secret key is also here. I can download it in a CSV file. Okay, it is downloaded. Okay, so I will copy the access key from the AWS portal that we have just created. Okay, we will also need to copy secret key access. We need to paste it over here, but we cannot directly paste the security key over here as it will require a secure string variable. So either you go to either you create a credential orchestrator, and by using get credential activity you can utilize it over here, or there's another way by using system.net and system security namespaces you can use the secure string. So you just need to copy it, and you need to replace your secure string over here. So I will create a variable, give this value to it, and okay, secure string variable as I will check. Variable type is secure string that I have already created, and we will just copy paste this over here, and we will be requiring you to paste your secure string over here. Okay, so just copy it from my order flow over here, paste. Okay, now I'll give this over here secure string AWS. Okay, so region also you need to select. Go, let's check the region. Go to the main. The region is North Virginia. You need to select. For me, it is North Virginia. It can be different for you when you create your. Okay, North Virginia. Okay, so the error is gone. Awesome. Now, the first activity that we will be using is a get bucket activity. So we need to give our bucket name over here. So go to S3. Our bucket name is my UiPath bucket AG. The bucket name. Paste it over here. We'll be also giving output of this bucket. We'll create this variable bucket output. We see message box bucket output dot what all we have ARN bucket details, creation date, and bucket name. Okay, I will get bucket name over here. Let's see what we get from this. I'll run the code. Okay, so my UiPath bucket AJ. So we got it correct. So it says that our scope is rightly configured, and we can work with our scope with different activities. So yeah, so I already created a flow over here where I'll be working with a different activity that I will be showing you. Similarly, same structure where secure string I have created, access key and everything. Get bucket, we have just seen the get bucket activity. Okay, let's replace the name of our bucket over here, and same output variable I have created as bucket output. We can see bucket output is variable type is AWS S3 bucket. Okay, so we'll be uploading something into our bucket by using UiPath. So for that, we have activity called upload object from a file. And there is also activity called upload objects from folder. We'll be using upload object from file. For that, we'll be also requiring our get bucket. So whatever the output that we have from get bucket output, we will be using in our bucket, get output. So object key name is basically whatever you will be uploading, that name will be uh, that name that you will be giving while uploading is the object key name. The file that I will be uploading over here. So I will select a file. Okay, for upload. Okay, so I'll be uploading my logo of my previous video and I'll be naming AJ test upload dot the file type that I want is PNG. Okay, okay, let's see. Let's run this. Let's go to our bucket. Uh, we'll go to my bucket. Currently, no object is there. I'll just refresh it. Okay, AJ tester upload.png has been uploaded successfully. Awesome. So I think this is also clear. Let's go to our next activity. I'll disable this. Next activity is for each object in your bucket. I'll enable this. So if you upload like a lot of objects in your bucket and you want to delete the object, delete multiple objects, or download the object. So for that, you will be using for each object in a bucket, and inside that I will be using activity called download object to a file. Okay. So this is already object is already created. The bucket name from get bucket that you will be getting, you will be adding it over here. For download object to a file, I will go to properties. So I will set up a path over here where I need the file to be downloaded. So I already created a folder in my project bucket known as a download. It is currently empty. So I have given path of the same, as you can see, to download folder. So we have already uploaded a file in our bucket. Let's download that file to our particular folder. We'll run the code. Okay, let's check our folder. Awesome. The file is downloaded. Okay, so this is the same file. Unlock the power of Gemini API with UiPath. This is the first video that I have created. Make sure you go and check this video also. Okay, moving on to our next activity. We'll disable this. Okay, so I already mentioned about the policies, right? What is a policy is something that rules that you set for your bucket. So there are different policies that you can set, like who can download, who cannot download, who can get the list view of the buckets and who cannot. So you can also set a policy for your bucket. So I will show you into AWS how to set a policy. Okay, I will also show you this. If I click it on the object that I have uploaded and click on the object URL, it is saying the access is denied. Because though I have made this bucket as a public bucket, but it is still saying the access is denied. So we will give access to this bucket so that this can also be visible. Let's see how we can do that. Go to your bucket, go to permissions, Scroll down. Okay, block all access is already off for us, as this is a public bucket. So I will go to bucket policy and click on edit. Okay, so we don't know how to write a policy, right? So either you go through example or you can use this simple policy generator over here. I'll go to policy generator. I will select the type for me it is S3 bucket policy. If it allow principal who, I mean the user, either you will give name of your user. For me, it is the root user and I'll be making it public for everyone. So I will be giving a star over here. Action that we will be selecting. So as you can see, create access point and all this kind of different kinds of accesses is here. So I will be giving access called get object access. Amazon resource name. If you go back, you can see the bucket Amazon resource name is already here. I will copy it from here, put it in my policy generator. I will click on add statement now. Okay, so statement is already added. I will click on generate policy. So voila, our policy is created. We'll copy this policy from here and we will paste it into our bucket policy. Okay, we'll click on save changes. Okay, so we got an error action does not apply to any resource. So, okay, as we will be giving it to like everyone. So basically what you need to do, you need to add slash over here and star. Basically it can be accessible to everyone. So slash 0 here. Basically it's accessible to everyone. Now I will save it again. Awesome. My policy is created. Let's see the effect of our policy. I'll go to buckets now. Click on bucket, go to bucket, the PNG file that I have uploaded. Previously, when we clicked on our object URL, we were not able to see. Now let's click it again. Awesome. So our policy has correctly been set and we were able to see whatever we have uploaded by changing the policy. Okay. So whatever the policy that we have set for our buckets, we can check it in our UiPath also. For that, we have an activity called get bucket policy. So same get bucket output we will be using in our get bucket policy. Also, I'll be displaying the policy in a message box. So let's run this and check. Awesome. The same policy that we have created for a get object it is being displayed over here. Great. So this activity that you can use to check the policies of your bucket by using get bucket policy. Disable this. Going on to our next activity. Awesome. So I've shown you how to create a bucket in our S3 bucket in our AWS. You can create a bucket by using UiPath also. For that, we have an activity called a create bucket activity. Okay. Simply, we'll be giving a name. So, uh, I already told you the name should be all in the small cap. In the capital, it will not accept it. So I will be giving in the small cap only test AJ bucket 456. Okay. Save. Go to properties. Okay. So again, same, the output we will be giving to create bucket output, we'll be giving to bucket output variable. Okay, get bucket is not needed in this one, but we can keep it as it is. I will run this. Previously, there was only one bucket. So after running this, let's check if the test AJ bucket 456 will be created or not. We'll go to my AWS. Currently, if I go to my buckets, there is only one bucket over here. I'll refresh the page. Awesome. my second bucket is also created, test area bucket 456. So we can add content in it and everything that we wanted to do. Moving on to our next activity, I'll disable the create bucket. Okay, so for this activity, uh, the second bucket that we have created, so I will be showing you a demo for moving object from one bucket to another. So for this second bucket that we have created, I will give the name of that second bucket. Uh, First bucket, get bucket name is already here, so we'll just rename it to get bucket first, and the second will be needing the name for test AJ bucket 456. Okay, get bucket second, and name of my bucket will be test AJ bucket 456. Again, output I will be storing into bucket output two variable. Okay, so both bucket now I will be reading bucket one and bucket two. So next activity is get object activity. So I'll be showing you why I'm reading the first and second bucket. Okay, so uh, whatever that we have uploaded into our first bucket, we will be catching that object from there, and then we will be moving it into another bucket. For that, for catching that object, I'll be using a property activity called get object. The output of my first bucket is bucket output, and name I will be changing it. In my first bucket, what I have uploaded is aj upload.png. I will copy this. I'll be giving name of my object that I want to capture. Now, after capturing the object from first bucket, I want to move this. So for that, we have activity called move object. Okay. Sorry, I forgot to mention this. In the get object, whatever the object that you have captured, I'll be storing it in a variable called object catch. You can give any name to this variable, but I have given object catch for understanding. So the source object will be our this object where I wanted to move in my bucket output to. So get bucket second, the output of this is bucket output 2. We will be giving destination to the bucket is bucket output 2. Okay, and after replacing that, we will be giving that PNG file name to not PNG. We'll be renaming it basically while moving. So let's see if let's check our buckets. In my first bucket, ajtestupload.png is there, and we will be moving it to our blank bucket over here. Okay, I will run my code. Let's see what happens. Some code has successfully executed. Let's go. Okay, now the second bucket is, let's go to first bucket first. The file is already there. I'll refresh it. Okay, the file is gone from my first bucket. Let's go to the second bucket. Awesome. The file is already there, the test.png file. We have copied the file from there to here, moved and also renamed in the process. Okay, I will disable this. Okay, so the next is empty bucket activity that we will be seeing. So whatever is in your bucket, if you want to delete everything that is there in your bucket, so you will be using an empty bucket activity. For that, as we have already seen in my first bucket, there is nothing. In my second bucket, there is something. So I'll be just replacing it to the second bucket. Get object, we will not be needing it, but we'll be needing a get second bucket. Okay, even the first bucket, we don't need it now. Awesome. So what I will be doing, getting my second bucket, and I will be emptying the bucket. So if I go over here in my second bucket, test AJ bucket 456, there is something over here. So I just want to empty, basically delete it. Let's run this code. By some so okay, I will just refresh this bucket. Let's see what happens. Well, the bucket is empty. So you can use empty bucket activity to delete files from your bucket. Okay, now the last activity that I will be showing you is a delete bucket. I'll disable this also and we'll enable the delete bucket activity. So we will be deleting the second bucket only. So I will just replace it with the bucket output 2 and I'll run the code. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's go to our AWS. I will just test bucket 456. We will be deleting. I will just refresh the page. Awesome. My second bucket is already deleted by using UiPath activity delete bucket. So we have covered a lot of buckets activity and object activity in our tutorial. I hope this will be helpful to whoever is watching. Thank you so much. So I will be also uploading with the whole code into Git repository. You can download it from there and play around. Awesome. Thank you.